Hey guys, it's Lee from Right Lane Reviews. This is my unscripted first impressions on the 2020 Renault Megane RS 300 Trophy. So I've actually owned a Renault Sports before, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this car. I had a 2001 Clio 172, so the very first generation of the Sport, and then I also had a 2013 Megane RS 265 Trophy. Yeah, it's got some shoes to fill. Let's get going. Let's get on its way. I've turned it off, so I wanted to actually hear how it sounded on startup. Makes the right noise. Let's get going. So first impressions on the cabin, it's very much Renault. So it's the same materials that we had in the Koleos a couple weeks ago. So everything looks really good. I do like the styling that Renault does. It's got some of the carbon effect, kind of soft touch, plastic material in the doors, which is nice. I do like the steering wheel. It's a nice size, it's good grip. It's got some Alcantara on the top and bottom, as well as your dead center mark, which is a nice touch. Your portrait style R-Link, which I like the portrait style. It does look a bit better than just kind of crossways like everyone else. And the dash is pretty straight on. So you have your nice big center digital display and your two analog displays. And the gear paddles are actually mounted on the steering column and not on the wheel on the Trophy, which is a bit different. The one thing I don't care for is the fact that the center console is skewed towards the passenger, which is always a pet peeve, but I'll have to let it go because I am sitting in a Trophy. And there's some really cool ambient lighting going on in here. It's actually quite visible. Sometimes on ambient lighting you can't see it during the day, but on this you can actually see the bits, like little LED strips during the day, so that's good. The cream of the crop from Renault as far as Renault Sport products is concerned. 1.8 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder instead of the 2-cylinder, instead of the 2-liter from before. Ceramic ball bearing turbos and all that sort of fun stuff. 4-wheel steering called 4Control, so I'm interested to see how that feels. I've heard some mixed reviews. And another new thing for the Megane is the addition of a 6-speed dual clutch unit, which is what is in this car. Coming up to a on-ramp. Let's see, I know it's got some good stuff. Let's see what she's got. It has not lost any effect at all. Oh, Renault Sport, I love you. Oh, okay. So I can definitely feel this 4Control system working already. So up to a certain speed, it will turn the rear wheels in the opposite direction of the front wheels to aid agility. And at I think it's around 60 k's an hour, maybe it's 100 k's an hour. I'll have to double check. The wheels start turning in the same direction as the front to aid high speed stability, which is actually a really cool little feature. And it's a trick way to make a car that was already really capable, a bit more capable with this new generation Megane. We're out here on the motorway this morning. What is it like to drive? Well, on the motorway, it is stiff. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This car is stiff. It's designed to be stiff. It does have the new bump stop, so it's supposed to aid in crashing along the bumps and whatnot, but is it definitely stiff? So on the freeway, it does not waft along. It does not pretend to be anything other than a super taut performance hatchback. It does have adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, blind spot monitors. It's got a Bose sound system. So it's got all the things that you never got to have in the old RS. So this generation of RS, this 4th generation Megane, has really grown up a little bit, which is nice. It's good to have some maturity in this car. Now, not to say that it's not fun to have a little bit of immaturity in this car, because that's what this car is made for. I love this car. The steering feel in this car is very, very good. It's very direct. You can tell what the front end's doing. It kind of talks to you. It's not as good as the old car, but in the era of electric steering assist, unless you're buying a Porsche, you're probably not going to get that. It's getting a lot of attention, this bright yellow paint, for better or worse. So yeah, on the surface streets, it feels perfectly fine. If you can see out of it pretty well. It does have haunches though. I'm quite aware that it's got some hips, so I don't want to whack it against any curbs. The steering on this thing, so direct. It feels a lot smaller than it is. That's the thing. It's like, you know this car is a decent sized hatchback and you turn the wheel and you're like, oh, it's moving like a Clio. But it's not Clio size. She's so sassy. It's so fiery. Like it fights you. There's some torque steer here. So what's my final thoughts with the first impression on this Renault Megane RS 300 Trophy? Well, it's a really good car. I think all the giggles and laughs and pops and bangs you just watch kind of tell you how I feel about it. This is my kind of car. I love this engagement factor. I'm so excited to spend a week with this and get it up in the hills and get my hands really deep on a hot hatch. I think it's great. If you enjoyed the video today, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel below. We'll also have the full review of this Megane RS Trophy up later in the week with, I'm sure, with some more giggles, bops and bangs, and a bit of tomfoolery. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at RightLaneLee, and I'll see you soon. Get pulled over in a bright yellow car. Excuse me, sir. Do you realize how fast you are going? Yes, I do.